Hi guys, we're about to open our camper with a 360. Now the opening process and the closing process are identical, you just run them in reverse. So we're about to just show you the process to open, and it all starts with the staircase. So we're going to undo the lock here, release it, lower the staircase down. Release the bottom lock, open the door. We've now got access to the camper. All right, we've done the back end. We've got to undo our two latches here, number 1 latch and number 2 latch. There's only 2 latches on the lid. Just have them undone, and now we're ready to open it. All right, once you've got your remote, you'll notice that this is not doing anything. You've got to wake it up to save the battery because it automatically goes off. You push this in for a few seconds, and you'll see at the top here, there we go, it's woken up. They wake up for about a minute and then it'll go to sleep again. So just make sure that is blinking before you start to use your buttons in or out. As it goes out, I can actually reach in here, grab a couple of poles, and I'm going to put in the poles ready for pole 1, make sure the hook's facing inwards, and pole 2. Then I can grab my canvas here, hook it around, so when it goes up, it gets to about here, and you can actually reach the pole here and get it a little bit closer to you if you find that reaching over to grab it. And I'll just keep going out now. This is elastic, you just pull against it, and then you can just push it over and let it down. If it goes clunk, doesn't really matter. And then you go back in, and we're just going back down. Then we're going to come around, after we open it, the next step would be to release the bed strap. Okay, so we've just loaded now. You'll see this buckle, we'll show you a close up here. It's got 2 little gold tags on it. You just release those tags. I get my buckle, I like to slide it down here, ready for later, and then I'll tuck it around here. So it's now out of the way, ready for pack up. I come around here, I grab the other part of my strap, I bring it down to the corner section here, so it's nicely out of the way. I can then unroll the canvas. So this is my 360 here. Give it a little bit of a tug so it's nice and long, and then I can get out my 2 poles. So here's one. I'll put one on this side. And the pole hooks, you'll see this hook here, has to be facing inwards to help you hook it on. And I'm going to go and do this one here, face it inwards. Okay, when you've got that pole in, just make sure this tip is facing away from you, so when we pull it in like your little finger, it's going to hold, and I can bend it in here, put it on the canvas, and it's got the hook the right direction. As you pull it in, I like to use my thumb to hide the D-rings away, so when I pull it on, it's quite easy just to flick it around, and then it can go back up. I'll now go around and do the same on the other end. So as you pull it in, don't go like down a long way or up a long way. You want to just come straight around, and you are bending the pole, so be comfortable bending it. You want this canvas to be slack, so you've got room to actually just hook it around. If you get to a point where you haven't bent enough, you're just sort of juggling here, it gets a bit hard to do. So if you can go a little bit extra, the eyelet will turn around, and it just makes it easy for you to put on. We've done the 2 ends now. I've got to pull the flaps off. I'll have a look and see which way the wind was blowing, but I can see that side there is on top. So I'm going to grab that string here, or I could just pull it from here if I haven't got the strings out. And I could just pull that down and let it fall off. Then I'm going to come and grab some poles out here, and I'm going to do this side. I'm going to grab all 3 poles that are left in here and start to put them in. You just got to put it through the little eyelet there. Then you just lift it up and put the bottom on here. And when I pull this down, you should get a nice clunk, knowing that the pole's gone to the back of the mount. As I go around and put these spars in, I'll clip it as I go, because currently, before we lift up the pose, the rope's a little bit looser. It's a good time to put them on if you're not adjusting them like me. So I can just lean in here, clip them on as I go. And they're not super tight yet, they'll tighten up when I push it up. I'm going to then reach in, grab my pegless pole. I'm going to pop the pegless pole into its socket, the hook towards me, and I'm going to pull it back and clip it on to come over and pull down this slot. come in here, grab my 3 poles, put my hook in, lift it up, sit it in that little mount, click it back. And we can just pull it, the last one out using the rope again. I lift it up, I put my hook in, sit it on top, pull it down. So we've gone around all the poles and I've got them all clipped in now. What I've got to go around is put all our little bungees on. You know, it's always nice to slightly stretch them a bit and put them in one side at a time. This is the one that you just got to open up with the Velcro and do the Velcro up again. And I find you put your hand under the pole and you can go 1, 2. One thing of note, when you get to this middle one and you pull it, I find keep your hand on the inside. It's easier to get that one on. If you end up with your hand on this side, it's harder. It's actually slightly easier putting these on when it's actually been up taller. It just helps the canvas pull down, but doesn't really matter which way you do it. All right, now we just come in, we've got the doorway, so I'm just going to pull that around and put that on now. All right, so I'm just going to put the light on now so I can see what I'm doing. And I can just push this up. So the first job is pushing this gully bow up. Get it nice and pushed to the back. Okay, we've come in, we've put the galley end up, now we're going to do the bed end way. So you climb up on the bed, you can start to lift this up so it's actually getting on the spreaders, the arms have actually automatically come out. Then I just pick them up, push it all the way back. We just get up there, the little C-clip on that side, slide it down to the stopper, come on to this side, put it in, slide it down to the stopper. Done the bed end, just going to grab my table out from here. Let's sit it over here for a moment and then we're about to push the bed out. I like to just flip it over, grab my doona that's going to be falling down, push it out nicely to the corners, have your pillows ready to go and you can have them here and then we can just slide it all out. And if you've got a few cushions, like my wife loves cushions, you might want to have to put a few of those on as well before you go pushing it out so that you don't have to go chasing your cushions. And then I put my hand under the bottom here and then I push it all the way through and we're done. Come around with the table, click it onto its mount and I'm just going to lock it into the corner here so it's set up as an extended bench for now. All right, last job, we come up here, grab the galley shelf, release the clip, lower it down and that's it. That's as far as I go. Now my wife comes in and starts to make it like a house and put all the stuff everywhere she likes it to go. And that's it, nothing too hard. Doesn't take very long at all. I can generally set this up well under 10 minutes, down to about 5 or 6 if we've got 2 of us working well together on it.